Welcome, fitness friends. In this video, I want to go over a 14-day low-carb, low-carbohydrate eating plan that you can use to lose weight and improve your health. See, in my opinion, there's no better way to lose weight than eating a whole food, low-carbohydrate, natural diet. And the reason is that out of all the macronutrients, carbohydrates will spike insulin the most. See, insulin is the storage hormone. The pancreas produces insulin to store away excess calories. But if insulin is chronically high all the time, all day long, from eating a high carbohydrate diet, you're going to have a hard time storing away those excess calories because a lot of people become insulin resistant. I just finished rereading one of my favorite books. Dr. Jason Fung wrote this book called The Obesity Code, and he blames the obesity epidemic purely on insulin. He doesn't think it's calories. He thinks elevated insulin levels, like having your hormone insulin high all the time, leads to obesity. Plus, I just finished reading another book called Why We Get Sick. A PhD named Ben Bikman wrote this book talking about how high insulin levels is like the root cause of so many diseases in the US. So the whole key is to eat in a way to keep insulin levels low. And since carbohydrates spike insulin the most, a low carbohydrate, whole food, natural diet, in my opinion, is the way to go. So how this video is going to work is that I want to give you one high carb food to eliminate from your diet every day for the next 14 days. And I'm pretty sure after 2 weeks, you're going to be thinner, you're going to feel better, you're going to increase your insulin sensitivity, and you're going to be a lot healthier. Now, the first food you're going to eliminate day one is soda, maybe the singular worst food you can possibly eat. See, soda is loaded with high fructose corn syrup. See, fructose is probably the worst possible sugar you can eat. See, fructose, even though it doesn't spike insulin, fructose doesn't spike insulin. Like years ago, they actually thought it was like a healthy food for diabetics, but it didn't spike insulin. But it's only processed, or mostly processed, in the liver. And the liver can only process so much, and the liver can only store so much excess carbohydrates, excess fructose, maybe like 400 calories. So once the liver is full with carbohydrates, it's going to convert these excess carbs into triglycerides, or you're going to wind up with fatty liver disease. So you really want to eliminate fructose. So no soda, that's number one. Okay, day number two, now you're going to just get rid of table sugar. See, table sugar is half glucose, half fructose. See, glucose can be stored away in your muscles and in your liver too. But once again, so table sugar is fructose and glucose, so you don't want it. It's going to spike insulin. It's empty calories. It's not doing you any good. So unfortunately, no more sugar in your coffee, no more sugar in your tea, no more sprinkling sugar on top of any foods or cereal, things like that. No sugar. Okay, day three now. This could be a little hard too. Now you're going to eliminate fruit juice. I know people think orange juice is good, high in vitamin C, but it's really loaded with sugar, fruit juice. It's not worth it. Like a glass of orange juice, 140 calories, just as much as a can of soda, all sugar, a lot of fructose in orange juice. So no orange juice day three. Now, day four, you're going to stop eating bread. See, bread is just a sugar. There's really no nutrition to white bread, even whole wheat bread. There really isn't much to it. It's going to give you a big spike in insulin, and it's really void of nutrition. So day four, no bread. Now day five, similar to bread, now day five, you're going to start eliminating rice. White rice, even brown rice, same thing as bread. Very little nutrition there. It's not nutrient dense. It's going to spike your insulin. It's pretty much almost like a bowl of sugar, a bowl of rice. Now, day six, you're going to eliminate pasta. Just like bread, just like rice, pasta is just sugar. It's going to spike your insulin, and there's no nutritional value. And at this point, you might be saying Mike, what am I going to eat? Don't worry. At the end of this video, I'm gonna map out like an ideal, like low carb, whole food, natural diet that you should be eating. Now, day 7, you're gonna get rid of cereal. I know most people think that breakfast is the healthiest meal. For breakfast, people eat probably some of the most unhealthy foods during breakfast, like high sugar type cereals, pancakes, waffle, toast. These are the foods you want to eliminate from your diet. Okay, now day 8, you're halfway through this process. Now it's time to get rid of the junk food. Okay, no cookies, no cakes, no ice cream, no potato chips, no pretzels, no crackers. Get rid of the junk. It's just empty calories. It's pretty much sugar with bad, unhealthy fats. Time to get rid of it. You're gonna be so happy you did. Now, day 9, you wanna get rid of those sweet yogurts. You know, like the yogurt with the fruit on the bottom or the yogurt that has mixed fruit in it. If you wanna eat just plain like Greek yogurt, you can do that, but get rid of the sweet, sugary yogurts. Now, day 10, I really want you to cut back dramatically on the amount of fruit you're eating. If you wanna have fruit, try to go with like berries, like blueberries, strawberries, blackberries. Those are probably the lowest sugar type fruits. You can have your berries, but really cut back on the amount of fruit you're eating. You really want to minimize the fructose in your diet. Now, day 11, I want you to get rid of those like low-fat salad dressing. They're loaded with sugar, or any type of sauces, any low-fat sauces that you're putting on food or condiments. Like even ketchup is a little sugary. Mustard is good. Try to get rid of the high sugar dressings and condiments you might be using. Now, day 13, you want to get rid of beer. Unfortunately, beer, tons of carbohydrates. You want to get rid of any type of those like mixed drinks that are high in sugar. If you do want to drink alcohol, even though alcohol is processed in the liver, similar to fructose, you want to minimize alcohol. But if you are going to drink alcohol, go with like dry red wines that are very low in carbohydrates. Like a typical glass of wine might only have about 4 grams of carbohydrates. And then go with like straight distilled alcohol, like, you know, gin, vodka, things like that. But minimize the alcohol you can. But definitely stay away from beer and sweet alcoholic drinks. Now, the last thing I want you to eliminate, day 14, are things like potatoes, like starchy potatoes, like beans, legumes, things like that. There might be some nutrition there, like a potatoes are high in potassium, and there is some good protein in beans, but try to minimize it. You can incorporate it a little bit. That's why I put it on the 14th day, but really try to cut back on eating like potatoes every single day or beans every day. Okay, now that we eliminated just about everything, like what can you eat, right? So you want to eat high fiber, nutrient dense type carbohydrates like vegetables. You want to eat leafy greens. You want to eat a rainbow color of vegetables. You want cauliflower, you want string beans, you want yellow squash, you want, you know, red peppers. You want to eat a bunch of vegetables. So for example, if you kept yourself to around, say, 100 grams of carbohydrates a day, which is roughly about 400 calories. You know, if you're a petite woman, you may want to go a little bit less. If you're a big guy, you may want to go a little bit more. But if you ate mostly vegetables for your carbohydrates, you're going to get tons of fiber, you can get the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. Stick to the veggies. But what should most of your diet consist of? Well, you want an adequate amount of protein. I like 0.9 grams per pound of lean body weight. So just to keep the numbers simple, if you're 100 pounds, you want to eat about 90 grams of protein a day. You can even go 1 gram, you know, per pound of body weight if you want to like up your protein, if you're working out, if you're really active. And then you want to get the rest of your calories from healthy fats. But I don't think you should chase fat, meaning that I don't think you should be like putting butter in your coffee and like squirting mayonnaise on over your food. If you're eating a whole natural food diet, for example, if you're getting your protein from like whole eggs, from salmon, from red meat, you know, from chicken, things like that, you're going to get an adequate amount of fat. Like if I had to break down an ideal macronutrient ratio. The macronutrients are protein, fats, and carbs. If you kept your carbs to about 20% of your calories, if you kept your protein to like 20, 25% of your calories, you kept your fats, maybe 55% of your calories. That, in my opinion, is the ideal macronutrient ratio when eating a low-carb, whole food, natural diet. And it's really the best way, in my opinion, to keep insulin levels low, to burn body fat, to improve your insulin sensitivity, and just to be healthy. Now, if you want to learn like an exact program to follow, I recently put one of my personal training clients on a 4-week low carb like meal plan, and we also incorporated a little bit of intermittent fasting. Check out this video. It maps the whole thing out for you, exactly what you have to do for 4 weeks.